Uganda. The last person, he didn't say the name out, but I heard it from Regan later on, who whispered to us that he also called Pastor Ssenyonga.
Okay, so most interested in your interaction with Jamil that night. He calls you, he coaches you, he also calls those people. Did he do or say anything else while he was with you in the cells?
He continuously urged us to insist that Pastor Kayanja sodomized us, and he assured us that we will get help and even get out of the jail. The cells.
Did you know Jamil before that incident, before him coming in the police cells?
No, I didn't know him, but I got to know him when I was out after some good time.
When you were out?
Out of the cell.
When you say out of the cell, at the police station or later?
Later, after some good time.
Yes.
Because when I went out of there, I decided to leave each and everything about that. Yes. But after some time, a certain lady claiming to be Nandutu called me. She even first called me on video call on WhatsApp. And she told me, like, you were given a bond, but you did not come back. And I said, the fact is that I was afraid to go back because I didn't want to be in that shit again.
Yes.
So that day she tried to convince me, and I said I will come, but I did not go. The next day, they called me.
When you said they, you mean who?
Nandutu called me.
Go where?
They called me. There is a certain restaurant around Kawempe. Because she said, don't be afraid, just come and you make the statement. So yes. I went there, where I found Jamil.
Yes.
Agre, Kanene, and Waswa. Plus Nandutu also.
Found them where?
There's a certain restaurant, I don't recall the name, in Kawempe.
In the restaurant?
Yeah.
So what happened when you found them?
Even Wakamala Alex was there.
Yes.
And they tried to convince me to make a statement accusing Pastor Kayanja that he sodomized us.
Yes.
I told them I don't feel safe about this. They really tried to convince me and promised me some good money.
Who convinced you and who promised you what?
Jamil, they convinced me that they are going to give me 800,000.
Who?
Jamil. And I told him, because I was not feeling, I didn't feel like I want to do it. I told him I don't feel safe. I will come back when I feel like I'm ready to do it.
Yes.
So the next day,
and
like on that day.
Wait a minute. Let's close to that meeting in the restaurant. Apart from Jamil convincing you, did any other person tell you anything?
Even Nandutu, they were convincing me that I should make. They wanted me to make the statement right then. They even bought me food.
Yes.
On that day, they even gave me transport of 50,000 so that I come back the next day, because I had refused to make the statement right then. So I went and then...
Wait a minute, don't rush me on this one. Who gave you this transport?
Jamil.
Did any other person do anything during that meeting? We have heard about Jamil and
Even Wakamala was convincing me too. He was like, be strong, nothing's going to happen. Everything, we will pass through this.
Apart from Wakamala?
Nandutu.
Yes. So, what followed? Why were you not convinced to give in to their request?
Because
to make a statement to that effect?
Because it was not true. And according to what I had seen, I was afraid of more danger than that.
Yes. What followed?
So I was given transport of 50,000 by Jamil. I went home. The next day he called me.
On which number was he calling you?
I'm not specific about that, but I think it was his. Because
No,
he was
on your
my
number.
number.
Yes, your number.
Yeah, my line.
Yes, your line. Which,
Yeah.
do you remember
Yeah.
your line?
Yeah.
Yes.
0708 43 0708
Yes.
43 24 12.
By any chance, do you recollect the number he was using to call you?
No.
Do you remember whether these were direct calls or electronic calls?
Direct.
Yes, he calls you the next day?
And he tried to convince me, but I really couldn't do it.
Okay.
He convinced me. He was like, we are going to give you the money. How about the money? And I told him, you first send me 500,000 so that I be safe and I come right then.
Yes. Did he respond?
Because I showed him I could not go if he didn't give me the money. Indeed, he sent me the money. Jamil. He even told me there is a mobile money lady I'm going to call. She's going to. And she sent me certain pictures, and she said, "Isn't this the video?" And the pictures were not really mine of the video I made. Therefore, I never even answered her calls again.
Okay, but you try to answer what the story is long, but I'm trying to look for the brief version.
Okay.
So, in respect of now the matter in court, did anything else happen?
So, I was worried about those issues. So I called one of my friends, such a calling.
Yes.
And I asked him on how these issues are going.
Yes.
And he told me that now they transferred the case to Kawempe police station.
Yes.
So I went, I myself, to Kawempe police station.
Yes.
And I found there a certain lady, whom I didn't recognize the names by then.
Did you eventually come to know her?
No.
Okay. Yes.
Then I was given to Afande Quickries and I made a statement.
Yes. What followed?
I made the statement and that's all I can state.
Okay. Now, quickly as I wind up.
With the blood?
Yes, the video of the blood.
It was my phone, but all of a sudden it was stolen.
What happened when it was stolen?
I was in a taxi and it was pulled by someone I didn't know.
Yes.
That's how I lost
Did
it.
you report that incident? Loss of that phone?
To be honest, I didn't.
Before that phone was stolen from you, do you know whether that video that you recorded was shared on any person or media platform?
Reagan sent those videos to Pastor Kayanja, the boy. Reagan sent those videos to Pastor Kayanja.
Do you know why he sent?
No.
How did you know that he had sent?
After I made the statement, Afande Kukiza told me about it and asked me about it. I never even knew about it.
So you learned this from Afande Kukiza?
Yeah.
Now, finally, Mr. Adrian.
Yes, sir.
You say at church, these your colleagues were shouting that the pastor had sodomized them, etc. Those words you've already told the court.
Yes, sir.
Is what they were alleging true?
It was false.
What was false?
That Pastor Kayanja sodomized them.
Why do you say it was false?
Because it was planned and we knew that nobody was being sodomized.
That's all from me.
Yes, sir.